right. The kids are sleeping. So everybody just keep it down because this is...
Today we're going to be answering questions that we've gotten throughout our little time of homesteading. But as we've developed on social media and done all of that, we've gotten a lot more questions. We thought we'd compile?
Collaborate.
Put together?
Exonerate.
Anyway, I'm gonna put all these questions together and then we'll answer them for you. First question. Focus.
I don't have muscles to flex, do I?
Yeah, you do.
Hey! All right, first question.
What circumstance did you come from when you started homesteading? So, back to the first video that we posted where we explained our story on how we thought the world was going to end and we went and bought a gun and we were loading our trucks with backpacks full of toilet paper and underwear and all that fun stuff.
Tampons.
We decided that being self-sufficient and being more prepared in case anything happened was more up our alley. And we started learning how to can food and light fires in the backyard with a flint and lint.
Fire stick. With a fire stick. We did it. We learned it.
We were out there a long time.
Got pretty good at it.
And then as we developed a passion for learning these small little skills, it has just developed over the last 8 years of, diving deeper into canning food, diving deeper into growing food, learning how to make all the things that we buy from the store, like toothpaste and laundry detergent and dish soap and windshield wiper and deodorant.
Windshield wiper fluid.
Windshield wiper fluid.
Baby
clothes.
Video
on that.
Onesies. We made onesies. We made aprons.
Yep.
We made all kinds of shit.
And all of that's just, we find something and we decide we're going to try to make it, and we then realize how easy a lot of it is. So that's, I think, kind of been our start of the journey. Neither of us came from farming backgrounds or homesteading backgrounds. We grew up very much in the city, at the beach, surfing. I was in the middle of nowhere. Next question. How long did it take you to grow your skills? We're on our 8th year of homesteading.
It all comes down to you. If you want to teach yourself and do the research and do it all yourself, then you kind of just pick it up as you go and kind of learn. I mean, we're both pretty much self-taught.
Next question. What is the simplest fruit or veggie to start growing as a beginner?
Herbs. Start with herbs. Or just house plants.
Also, check your zone. See what your growing zone is and see what's going to actually sustain in your area. Like, give me an example of something that doesn't grow here.
We're in zone 9B. Back there, it is it's November now, and our tomatoes are still sort of thriving. We had a low temperature night the other night. And they're still thriving. So it kind of depends on your zone. But I would say herbs would be the best thing to start with. The easy stuff. I mean, everything is really easy if you just kind of understand how everything works. And you need to put a lot more love into your soil than you do your plants. And if you do everything right to begin with and just kind of listen to them, not overwater them, then everything should be fine.
Next question. How much space do you have to grow food? Our whole lot is 7,200 square feet.
Just make the best of the space that you have. You can do it in containers, you can do it in the ground. I like to do everything in the ground, but if you're renting, you want to do it in containers.
Which we did.
Yeah, we did that too.
Apartment in Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
Next question. How do you have time to work full time and work the farm?
We don't.
Not at all.
You make time. Make the time. You have the time. Make the time.
And whatever you can't do in that day, you can't do in that day. You got to do it the next day.
Let's just put things into a little bit of perspective. I haven't had TV in 15 years. We have TV now because we have children, we have Netflix, and we don't have cable. So we don't sit in front of the TV all day. And a lot of people ask me when they hear that, they say, "Oh, what do you do then?" Well, there is so much to do. There is so much time in your day that you don't even realize. So just using those times in your day wisely.
And sometimes we don't use them wisely,
No.
but that's
No.
okay.
Yeah. Well, everything's okay.
Mhm.
If you start to think that it's not okay, then
What are you doing?
yeah, you have your own problem. Yes.
Next question. What is your greatest achievement and your biggest thorn in your side? I mean, we're growing pretty great humans. I'd say that's an achievement.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But I guess in terms of homesteading,
Learning how to preserve our food, learning how to grow our food, just learning how to take care of the land and try to come up with this closed loop system where as little waste as possible leaves our property. We try to use as much as we can, even when it comes down to a little Harbor Freight mulcher where it takes me 3 times as long to mulch the little branches that I prune off, but I use that mulch with in the compost or to just mulch the trees. Just pretty much learning how to sustain. And what is our biggest thorn in our side?
work.
Yeah.
Our 9-to-5 jobs.
Having to deal with the bullshit corporation mindset when we are on this mindset here is the hardest thing. That's the thorn in our side, I would say. Everything else is pretty cool.
Don't get us wrong, we're thankful for our jobs.
Yeah.
For those out there that are watching.
But there's no real thorn in our side. That's the thing, is you can't think about all that kind of bullshit.
We've just adapted in each scenario we've been in to continue this lifestyle, and it's been fun learning how to adapt. When we lived in a moldy little apartment by the beach, we used container gardens, or a container garden. Our yard size was probably the size of a garage. It was so tiny, but we still did it. And then we moved here, and we're doing this.
It's bigger than a garage.
Barely.
Okay.
So you just need to adapt to each thing, and there's really no thorn because everything is a learning opportunity.
What's the next one?
Are you open to starting a community, or have you already?
Hell yeah, we are open to starting a community. If you want to start a community with us, we just want to buy like acres, and we want like-minded people to join us.
And just have a herb shop and a yoga studio and a garden where everybody can come and get their own food, and everybody helps plant, and hippie commune? Yes, please.
Yeah. So yeah, we are open to that. Have we done it? No. Because
But we will.
We're outnumbered here. People don't want this cool stuff going on.
You know, but they do want it. They just don't know how to obtain it. And I think that is our biggest passion, is when we're talking about certain things and we strike just a little chord in somebody because they're like, wait, what are you using? What are you doing? What's that? And then we start to explain, and then we're just like, yeah, we can do this all day long.
Should we move on to the next question before I keep going?
Yep. Do you guys ever eat out? Or
Yep.
do you cook everything from scratch?
Nope.
I mean, come on. We work all day long, and then we do this. We're gonna eat out, people. I mean, I would love to cook everything from scratch, but it just doesn't happen.
We do as much as we can. When you start to put too much pressure on yourself and
create this unrealistic vision.
Yeah, and it's not totally unrealistic, but we still all have lives and we still like the comfort. And if we did move away where we want to move away move away from here, move away to there, then it would be okay, because we don't need a mall, we don't need restaurants. But it is nice to go to restaurants. Yes, we do go to restaurants. Do we do a lot of home cooking ourselves? Yes, we do. But are we strict to that? No, because we were strict to that, and it's just not fun.
We start developing a little weird, like there's too much pressure. Like we can't do it, and we just need a little bit of wiggle room. And that's just the way our lifestyle is.
And that's natural.
We like the wiggle room.
And that's
right
natural. Now. Everybody does. Everybody needs that. We're not back in 1912.
Okay.
I should have learned my history before we shot this video.
Next question.
Next question.
Do you make everything you use? Laundry detergent, toothpaste, clothes, ...
No, we don't. We do as much as we can.
Same answer as last one. It's just when you put too much pressure, it doesn't happen. So if we run out of toothpaste that we made homemade, we'll go get some natural toothpaste like Burt's Bees or Tom's. So if we're gonna buy it, we're gonna be very conscious about about what products we're buying, and we've done a lot of research to know what brands we're going to go out and buy. So if we can't get to making laundry detergent, we know we're going to try 7th generation and not just pick one off the shelf, because if we're deciding to not make it, we already know the ingredients that can cause more damage than good. So we've done that type of research, and we go to those brands that we trust.
So when the dentist says, "Hey, I'm gonna put on this poisonous bullshit on your teeth, do you want it?"
Fluoride.
No fluoride. That's just how. That's
just
just what we
clogging up
believe.
your third eye, people.
Your third eye. This third eye right here.
So it makes you see the world.
Yeah. Creativity.
Do you give your children medication? And are they vaccinated?
You know what? That is a hard one to talk about, because people are crazy right now with that. So we'll just leave it as we do what we need to do and what we think is
right for our children. Do we feel like they need certain things and to be protected by certain things? Absolutely. And again, we've done research and we discussed it long and hard, and we made the decisions that best fit our family, and we don't pass any judgment or thoughts onto anybody else. We do give our kids medication if absolutely necessary. Do we try every other option before then? Yes. But when it comes down to it, if one of them needs medication like antibiotics, we do it. However, we counteract with tons of probiotics. That's the best we can do.
one handful, one Tylenol.
Okay, next question.
Oh, sorry.
How much food do you actually grow?
Right now, it's probably 50%, maybe 45%. We're trying to work up to 100%. It's pretty hard with the size of, with the space that we're given, or that we have. But we're
Let's put
constantly
things into
crunching.
perspective. So how many tomato plants did you grow? Did you plant?
15, 16?
I
16.
thought it was 18, but okay.
18.
16 to 18 tomato plants. And after harvesting all the tomatoes, we got 3 pints of tomato sauce. So we need a lot more space in order to have 100% of our food grown on here. But hey, we still got 3 pints, and that's just what we're adapting to.
This is all just a stepping stone. We don't have 100% of our food grown. And if you think that we do, then you what's the word?
We misled you.
Then we misled you. But we're trying, and we just keep moving forward, and we keep trying to use more of our land that we can. We don't have a lot of land. We just tried to change our front yard into crops, and our HOA didn't approve that. Did he? Oh,
It wasn't aesthetically pleasing
it wasn't aesthetically pleasing.
to grow food.
Go figure. With that whole HOA thing, we got discouraged, but it hasn't stopped us. We're still going strong, and we're still trying to figure out how to
Maximize.
grow more and just keep going.
Last question. Where did the blog/channel name come from? So it started out as Oh Sure I Can, because originally I wanted to create a blog that taught people how to can food. And not only can food, but I also wanted to talk about what to do with that food after you canned it. Because what I was coming to find is that there were all these great recipes on canning food, but yet nobody talked about how they used them in actual recipes. So my whole purpose with Oh Sure I Can was a play on words on Oh Sure I Can, food. But then as our little journey continued, it was less about canning food and more about homesteading. So then we added the homestead in there. And it just kind of still makes sense. Oh Sure I Can homestead. It's just, oh sure I can. Whatever it is that comes our way, we can.
Oh, sure I can. And you can too. Can and can. Can and can.
That's it, my friends. Thank you for all the questions. We love to hear more of them. We love sharing that part of our life where, you know, we like to take the overwhelmingness or the lack of motivation out of people and motivate them to help them understand that a lot of what you watch or you see on Instagram or on YouTube, they're glimpses of people's lives that don't tell the full story. And a lot of times that can get overwhelming or daunting, that you'll never get to that point in your journey, but you never really know the full backstory of it. And so we like to keep it as real as possible and really help you understand that where we do a lot of awesome, amazing things, there's this whole other side where we still have to wake up early in the morning, go to a job where it includes working with corporations, come home, and then do this lifestyle.
Comes down to is peace, love, community, one love.
Till next time, please like and subscribe to our little channel because we have so much more to show you, and we want you back every single week.
Don't show your nipples ever. Bye.
I want to stick with
Just
that
so
word.
that you all know, when one of us has diarrhea, we let the other one know. I don't know why we do it, but we do it. All right, sorry.
Makes us feel better
Side
that
note,
the other
just
one
side
knows it's happening.
Side note, yeah, side note.
I think so.
We all grew up in crap town, so let's all just face it. Unless you grew up in Beverly Hills 90210, maybe you did, and that's fine too.
It's a great show, by the way.
Yeah. Basically, deodorant that didn't work because I'm a sweataholic, and my armpits.
Which all natural
These ones.
deodorant is not going to stop the sweat
These ones.
because there's no aluminum in there to stop the sweat.
Is that the only thing that stops
Yeah.
the sweat?
It clogs up your pores. That's why we want to make our own.
Oh, that's right.
So you're always going to sweat with natural deodorant. But you'd rather let your pits sweat than be clogged up with aluminum and creating nasty stuff.
Toxic heavy metals? Do you guys know anything about toxic heavy metals? That'll have to be another video of
Okay,
ours
let's-
because
yeah, we gotta
Yep.